guys, I am back with my monthly vlog where I go over my reflections of the past month, what I've collected throughout, and also I go over my tarot card of the month. At the end of the video, I will do a gratitude log where I write down one thing every day that I am grateful for and I just review it here. First quarter of the year is gone. Bye-bye. See you later. We're jumping into April now, so we've still got 3 quarters left. Don't freak out. So you may have noticed I am not wearing as much makeup as I normally do in my vlogs. That's because my coach Janina pointed out that I was wearing so much makeup in these videos. In my defense, it is a very creative outlet for me. So when I'm getting prepared, I'm having a lot of fun with new makeup. But she was like, I never see you with that much makeup on. She was right. I don't wear makeup a lot. I went a lot more natural this time. I am sad to report that again, I was awful with my guitar. I only played for 4 days, but I did, however, play in front of a group of people for the first time, and that was so freaking cool. And I know that Raja is really mad at me for not playing her in a very long time. Hydration, also not a thing this month. I'm gonna be better, I promise. Now that that is out of the way, here's some favorite moments about March. I actually got to see 2 shows this month, 2 musicals. One was Kiss Me Kate at Marymount, and the other show that I saw was Sunset Boulevard on Broadway, and it was an incredible show. As you can probably tell, Norma Desmond is played by Glenn Close. I am sad to admit that I didn't know who she was, but then we looked up 101 Dalmatians. Do you see it now? The show was really, really good. Anything that Joe and Betty sang together, I was just melting. I mean, Joe had a great voice, but Betty, it was just so sweet and soft and pure. Oh, I just wanted them to be together. But I'm not gonna tell you what happens because you have to go see it. And I got to introduce Logan to his first Broadway show. How cool is that? I just love introducing the magic of Broadway to people who have never seen a Broadway show before. So anytime I go see a Broadway show, I make sure that I treat myself to the souvenir photo book. I just really like to look back and remember the moments of the show that were my favorite. I'm gonna show you 2 things that were my favorite. As I said, Joe and Betty, such a beautiful couple. And then we have Norma Desmond, who wears ridiculous, crazy clothes pretty much the whole show, which I thought was awesome. It seemed very Japanese inspired, which is totally up my alley. You've got to pucker the lips like this. One of my favorite things about March was my trip to Washington, D.C. I went with Adar and Ito to visit Logan, and we had such a good time. Saturday was jam-packed. Adar and Ito got in, and they took a little nap. Logan and I just decided sake was a good idea. By the time Adar and Ito woke up, we were feeling pretty good, so we all went onto the DC Metro, which is so clean and futuristic. It's such a strange feeling to be there too because there's never anyone around. Compared to New York, where it's dirty and you see rats, and the entrance to get in, just slide your Metro card and then these gates open this way. Instead of going through a turnstile, they just... It's so weird. We almost missed our stop, but luckily Adar was the only one paying attention. And once we got out, we were kind of dancing in the streets a little bit. There was a live band playing. It was a lot of fun. We had some delicious Italian food right before going to a Super Mario pop-up bar. Now this place was awesome. There was even a little piranha plant coming down trying to eat things. It was really cool. And on the other side, there was a cherry blossom, beautiful themed bar. I mean, it's one of those places that you could have had an amazing photo shoot. But we're nerds, so we were kind of sticking over to the Super Mario side. I mean, there was a boo painted on the wall. You can't beat that. So after the pop-up bar, we went to Beauty and the Beast in 3D, which was incredible. We were all very tired though, so I think all of us fell asleep at one point or another. Maybe just for 3 minutes, but we definitely did it. That was a solid day, but it didn't end there. The next day we got up and Logan made us an amazing breakfast. And this is like sweet potatoes with avocado and eggs on top. Oh, and he even made tabbouleh because Adar and Ito are Israeli. How cute. So we had an amazing breakfast and we paired them with mimosas. Good morning. And then we were off. First stop was to go see the cherry blossoms and they were so beautiful. It was supposed to be peak of the season, but unfortunately the snowstorm happened. We did get to see some blossom, but it was kind of like they were just coming to peek out to play. Then we decided we were going to go bowling. So with this particular group of friends, we have a hard time actually bowling when we say we want to. We did make it to the bowling alley this time, but there was an hour-and-a-half wait, like everything else in DC. So that was obviously out of the picture. We got dinner instead, and then Adar and Ito took off. But before they left, they got to walk through a completely abandoned mall. Like, this place came straight out of a zombie movie. There's nobody here. So other than almost getting eaten by zombies, I'd say it was a really great weekend. This month I have 4 things to add to my collection. First is a gift from my Aunt Bonnie, and she sent me this beautiful glass key from Etsy. This is something completely new, and it kind of makes me feel like Cinderella. I mean, it's no shoe, but it just makes me feel like a princess. The second is another key, which is actually from Patrick's cousin Carl. This one is actually from Escape the Room. They accidentally took it because they got out. They won, but now the key is mine. Keymaster right here. Of course, I got myself a Sunset Boulevard magnet from the show. Last but not least is something I added to my collection that isn't the best of memories. This is a crankshaft gear, and this came from my car. So I was coming home from DC, and I hit Delaware. I go through the Easy Pass and I slow down, and when I go to speed back up, my car just doesn't do anything. Luckily, I was able to find a repair shop that was like 10 minutes away. My car finally makes it there, and they were basically shocked that I even made it. Something with the timing chains, I don't know. All I do know is I was stuck there for 2 days. So I ended up getting a Super 8 motel, and I get to the motel, it is covered with dust, and there is definitely a smell of smoke in the air, and I decide that I need to relocate to Barnes & Noble. I call my mom on the way and I tell her about this crazy story about what happened with my car, and she was just like, "You are like 5 minutes away from Aunt Denise." What? So my next call was Aunt Denise, and she literally was on the same street that I was walking on. So we ended up having dinner, and I ended up actually staying at her house, which was absolutely lovely. I got to hang out with my Uncle Bob, talk about photography. It was just like a really good silver lining to a pretty terrible day, but I was expecting to go home the next day. Then I call the repair shop and they're like, "Nope, we're gonna need another day." I did get my car back the next day. Unfortunately, it still wasn't under the best of news, but at least now it's safe to drive. So those were my reflections, and now I'm going to share with you my tarot card of the month, the 8 of Wands. This one I got right side up this time. If you'd like to check out my 2017 full wheel explanation, I will make sure to link that in the description below. So this is a rapid force. When the 8 of Wands enters your reading, expect velocity, swift developments, and rapid conclusions. The long journey is almost over, and it is inevitable that you will reach your destination. But stay alert. They say that the closer you are to home, the more prone you are to accidents. With some nimble handling of the controls, you will steer this train competently, quickly, and efficiently into the station. Yeah, I'm totally digging that this month. I was having a very crazy month last month, and as I moved into March, I could kind of see that all fading away a little bit. And I was finding myself more focused and more in control of the situations around me. Even though I had a crazy month of things breaking down, between my car breaking down and my camera malfunctioning, I was just running into a lot of obstacles this month, but I was very nimble around them. See what I did there? As a wand card, it is of the fire element, and again, this is passion and actually a lot of masculine energy in getting your goals, setting your intentions. And as an 8 card, it is about will, intellect, and beating obstacles. Car, camera, come on, give me some credit. That being said, it's time for my gratitude log. March 2017, here we go. Being kept accountable for shooting my vlog. The Performance Triangle. One of the best Disney movies, Tangled. Hand-rolling sushi with Katrina and Frankie. Brunch at Sammy and Ryan's, and a karaoke party. Snow Island's doing dishes again, 'cause what else do you do with 7 itty-bitty men? A complete shift in mood and productivity. An hour with Raja, and evolving at work. Finally getting the vlog up. Sharing a negative space. Creating a space for a thoughtful decision. Kiss Me Kate with Adar, Ito, and Adi. Being introduced to Doctor Strange. What a good movie. Light Blue Days. Playing guitar in front of people for the first time. The ability to delete the past. Steel shovels and snow boots. Dressing for the occasion. Super Mario Pop-Up Bar and Beauty and the Beast. Cherry blossoms and not getting eaten by zombies. Company while working remotely. Picking up the phone and 3 yeses. An unexpected family reunion. Quality time over a home-cooked meal. Straightforward advice. Sunset Boulevard and my own bed. Logan signing up for the forum and Adar's birthday party. Overcoming an uncomfortable talk. Getting a partner for my project. Being an ear for a stranger. Board game night with Jenna and Matt. A stern stance. So it actually is the last day of March today. So that means I gotta come up with another one. What I'm grateful for today is seeing things through a new perspective. And that was March. I'm really starting to feel like things are just coming together, so I'm super excited to see what April looks like for me. Thank you for watching my vlog, and if you enjoyed this one, I'd love to hear your feedback and give me a thumbs up. Let's keep the conversations going. I will see you next month. Until then.